So, Stevenage 2, Luton nil. Just, it's another game that we've lost and another game that we should have beaten Stevenage. And it's it's just really like upsetting to see this team now because it's just when I look at this team, I don't see this team going back up to the Championship next season. No offense, but Luton needs to do better. Luton really needs to do better. We can't go to teams like Stevenage, even though now they're top of the league now. We should be beating these sort of teams and give them a good fight. But it's just another defeat, another game that we've lost and we've wasted. But it's just, oh my god, it's like, what kind of sort of tactical management is Bloomfield doing in this team? Because looking at it, I don't see anything. I really don't. I seriously don't see anything. And if we're going to keep playing like this, are we just not going to play like a sort of attacking moment like we're going to do like the Blackpool game we did, for example? Yeah. And another thing, not if you didn't see my match reaction of the Doncaster game on the YouTube Shorts, go watch that. It's on the YouTube Shorts. I did do the match reaction against the Blackpool game, so I do apologise for that one. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the Blackpool game. Well, I will at some point in this video, but it's just like the sort of attacking moment. Are we just not going to do the same? Because I thought when we went 1-0 up, 1-0 down, I'm thinking, okay, there's still plenty of time. We can still bounce back. And then 2 minutes later, it's 2-0. I was just thinking, what's going on, Luton? But I will talk about the goals and later on in this video. But I'm going to tell you this bit about the first half. The first half was nothing really to describe about the first half. It was just like an average first half with like there's nothing really to say about the first half. The only thing I can talk about of that first half of our chance of Nordash having a great, like, I think it was into Anderson, then it went into Savile, and then it went into Nordas, and Nordas, a great shot, like full powered, just skims the post. Like it was very close to, like if we went down just a little bit, yeah, we would have been 1-0 up, and it was very close to making 1-0 Luton, and that's the best chance we've ever done in that whole first half. For me, at this game in the first half, Stevenage are just really pushy, like barging players, pushing players. I don't know if they're doing any other teams, but doing that against us, split disrespectful. And the fan, like one of the fans, punched the ball out the Luton hands, our players' hands, because they just don't want to wait time. When you think about it, why are you wasting time when it's 0-0? There's no one won yet. So that's what I'm trying to say. But that's really much to say. That all the things to talk about in that first half was that shot we by Nordas, the Norwegian striker. Nothing else to talk about in that game because that first half, because there was nothing really else to say. The second half was really, really entertaining, and the thing I really starts to annoy me now for Luton, can we just please change the kickoff tactic? It's the same kickoff tactic when we did it in the Championship last season. Since when Bloomfield joined Luton back in January, I thought he would change the kickoff tactic like Rob Edwards. Like Rob Edwards' kickoff tactic wasn't really that working. They kept using the same thing every single time. Not like he didn't change it. Even when Bloomfield joined, he didn't change it. I was just thinking, can you just not change the kickoff tactic, please? Because we can't play like this. If we're gonna keep doing it this year, I know people say, "Oh, it's the best tactic in the football team. It helps all the players and like that." I understand that, but if you keep constantly doing it, the more times you're gonna keep constantly doing it, the more the teams will know what we're doing. And I know there's other teams that have been doing it, like Wimbledon, for example, Plymouth, Doncaster. They've been doing it. And it's understandable. Like it helps the team build up the pace, but for us, it just doesn't. And this sort of a team, like Rob Edwards, when Rob Edwards was our management, yeah, he kept doing it since when we was in the season when we got promoted to the Premier League. Because I remember back in the playoff final, um, yeah, I remember back in the playoff final back in May 2023, he did the same kickoff tactic every single time. He could have did it against Ethan Horvath. He even did it with Thomas Kaminski. I was just thinking, just sort the kickoff tactic because it's just not working. And even though when we're behind, when we concede a goal, they keep doing it every time. Like when we played Peterborough earlier this season, I'm thinking when the kick attack happened, I was thinking, oh, he changed the kick attack. It works. It works. It doesn't. Peterborough, it works. Other teams doesn't. Like he did change it at the Bradford game when we lost 2-1, and I think he did change it at the what game was it? I can't remember what game it was. It was either Plymouth or it was either Burton. It was either one of those teams. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's the best. That's good. Like that's a good tactic to play. But it's just, oh my god, like it's really frustrating. I'm looking at the table now. We're currently 10th. It's on Sky Sports. We're now 10th in the table. We've dropped out. We even though we were 10th last season, we were 9th before this game. We've dropped down a gear. We've dropped down a position. Like it's just like I just want to see this team back up to the championship because we can't do this and we can't really stay in League One. We don't deserve to be in League One. And if we're going to stay in League One for another season, then just not being rude, but is there any point watching Luton? Like, I know I'm a Lutontown fan, but if we're just going to stay at League One, like I think something needs to change because Bloomfield. I know everybody's saying, "Oh, Bloomfield out," and I'm gonna say this, yeah. If Bloomfield does leave, who are we gonna have? Literally, there's no other manager we can have. There's Sean Dice. He's kind of available. A lot of people won't. I don't think he will. Sean Dice will not take that League One job because he's a proper professional Premier League management. So I don't think he'll take the job. And there's like who are like just I don't know. I can't think of any other manager that's currently available right now to take this job for Luton if Bloomfield does leave, because if Bloomfield does leave, then we're going to be in a very stuck environment. The manager probably doesn't know what he's going to be doing, and then would it change the system? I don't think so because even though we play the same position, not all the time, but often we play the same position. Like we played the 4-3-2-1. Uh, 4-3-2-1. Yeah, the 4-3-2-1 we played today, and I was just thinking, oh, okay, he changed the lineup, he changed the tactic. And I'm thinking, let's see how this game goes. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, and I'm just kind of like I don't know what's going on now. Like I really don't know. And I'll tell you this: this is the fifth time this season we've played how many games? We've played 11 games so far this season, and we have lost 4 out of the teams in the top 6. 4. And I was just thinking, what? Like seriously, just seriously, like what is this absolutely team? Because it's just oh my god. It's just this is the 4th time now we've lost a team that a team has beaten us and then took the first position. It's just oh my god, it's just like really I really don't know what to say about this team because really we really need to start working up this team because I know a lot of people say, oh, we're a second half team, we're going to turn this around in the second half of the season. it could happen. Can we do the exact same thing when we got into the playoff for the first time in the championship, like a couple of seasons ago? Like I would say, when we beat Bournemouth in January, when we beat them 3-2 in back in 2022, that was the game that turned Luton around to go into the fight for playoffs, and we did. Even though we lost the playoffs, we failed to get into the final and the playoff final against Nottingham Forest. We still got to the playoffs, and we turned things around. And we did the exact same thing we did in the second half of the season when we got promoted to the Premier League, and we won the playoffs, and we came third, and we had the most points in the playoffs. And I think that's like the most points we've ever had in the playoffs. Like the most points, like a single team that has the most points in a playoff position, if that makes sense. But it's just like really discriminate to say, and there's nothing we can do about it. But we don't obviously next week we don't have a match because our Huddersfield game got postponed due to international players we have, like Keeley, Nordas. I don't know who else got called up for the international teams. It's just like really, really, really need to sort this team out because we don't know what's going to happen in this following team. The next game not for another 2 weeks against Macclesfield, and we don't know what to say. Really don't know what to say. I will tell you about the second half. I will tell you about our second half. The second half of against Stevenage was nothing really to say. We lost 2-0. We lost 2-0. The part I really did not like in that second half. The Stevenage goalkeeper, what is he doing? Like, what's he trying to do? Like, I don't know how he not got sent off for that, because for me, he should have got sent off, because that's an open chance to play to try, that's a goal opportunity. And he did it. He bumped into Ali. Ali obviously couldn't run, and he handballed it. How has he got away with it? How did he get a yellow card? And when we went 2-0 down, Bloomfield did the triple, like he put Mendy, Ali, Gondon, and Naki Wells to put on the front. Since when we were 2-0 down, I'll say this. When we came 2-0 down, we were really pushing. It was the exact same tactical attacking side when we played Blackpool on Wednesday or Tuesday, one of those days. And it really worked. We were kept attacking, and we just couldn't find a ball over the line. We just couldn't get the ball over the line. And it's just really, really disappointing, really upsetting to see. But we'll see. We move on to Mansfield in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully things will be better. Bloomfield has 2 weeks to sort something out, because we can't do this in League One. Really can't do this there, because if he goes, who's next? No one. We either get a manager from England or get a manager from Europe, and I don't think a manager from Europe will be the best idea for Luton, because even if we can find out a good manager who's really good at tactical, like really good at attacking, and he's probably like the best manager. Like, imagine we got obviously imagine we got Zidane, because he's currently available. Like Zidane from Real Madrid. Imagine we could get him. I know we won't, but imagine that he can be the manager. But yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed we go again to Mansfield, like I said. Hopefully Bloomfield does his homework and put all the effort of the tactical management in 2 weeks' time, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys another video on Lutontown Fan TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell. I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.